So the year 2017 is basically in the books, in the virtual books by now. We're going to have 2018 rolling around real soon. And who would we be if we wasn't like any other stereotypical YouTube channel doing a year recap? 2 different year recaps to be precise.
I always felt like it was more of a TV thing.
Year recaps?
Yeah.
Isn't YouTube basically the modern day TV?
I guess.
It said TV on our name.
It does.
It doesn't say Trashcan YT. It say Trashcan TV.
And it's better that way.
Which stands for television.
Yes, it
which
does.
makes us sound more legitimate.
Yes,
which we need to make up for that.
I mean, if you put Trashcan, you need to put something legitimate after it.
Yeah, exactly. We got a lot of legitimacy to make up for. So anything we can do. And one way to make up legitimacy is copycat what the televisions has been doing for over 50 years, which is recap the year. First of all, we're going to do a general year recap, which is me reading out stuff that happened and us discussing it. And we're going to honor some people that died over the course of 2017 that we feel like need to be named again.
This wasn't 2016, but there was still a lot of people who died.
2016, a lot of folks died.
Yeah, I know.
I still remember that. But 2017, still a lot of people. Maybe some of them you didn't know. Well, then you will. So you can be more depressed for New Year's Eve and all that stuff. JJ, what did you prep for topic 2? Or better yet, topic the halftime show?
Because we're talking about the year so much.
The year.
I was going to have you guess years in which songs came out.
Which is totally unrelated to the year that we are reviewing.
Yes, but I need to make some kind of connection.
I assume no song on that list was released this year.
We'll find out. And yes.
We will also still find out.
So you
Topic
just
2
found out.
Is the recap for our own channel, the stuff that happened so far, because we're kind of proud of that, but kind of not, but kind of are. We're going to talk about it in topic 2. But first of all, topic 1. How are you doing, JJ?
I'm doing fine.
So here's a bunch of stuff that happened this year. In case you didn't know, I also need you to tell me whenever I say something, you, JJ, if you already knew that.
Okay.
All right. Donald Trump was sworn in as the 45th president of the United States. And there goes a lot of people's years.
I would not have known the number of which president he would have been, but I did know that it had happened.
You know that it happened? He also was not elected. He was elected in 2016, but he was sworn in.
I know.
Did a bunch of stuff. There was a total solar eclipse in the United States of America.
I actually heard of that.
You did?
Yeah.
That's one of those things that I thought you might not have never heard of.
I just heard of that in passing, but I did.
Read it in the news. Read it in the news. Saw some pictures online.
Yeah.
Looked like a solar eclipse. Pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's like it's a spectacle, sure, but sometimes I don't get the hype that people make.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool and all that. Like it's spacey and it's science. It's cool. I appreciate it, but I'm not moving a $10,000 like huge ass observatorium out in my garden to look at this.
Exactly.
It's like no. If I happen to be around, I'll just take a look, put on some shades, take a look. But otherwise, I'll go for pictures. There was Hurricane Harvey.
I think I've heard of that.
There was Hurricane Irma.
Yes.
A lot of those were catastrophes so far. In fact, 3 of them. Just kidding. The Trump one. Yeah, I was just kidding.
Eclipses are a catastrophe now?
Yeah. No. Jinder Mahal is WWE champion. I put that on for my personal agenda.
For your personal agenda?
Agenda.
I did know that.
You obviously did. Most people probably did not.
That's true.
Did more people know about Trump or Jinder?
Probably Trump.
Tough, right?
Depends on where you're living. In India, maybe Jinder.
Would you rather be the president of the States United or the champion of the WWE?
Probably president.
Really?
Because the champion constantly gets beat up. And I know they're not for real fighting, but it still hurts.
The president constantly gets shot.
How often has Trump been getting shot?
The American presidency, statistically speaking, is the most dangerous and deadly job in the world.
Okay.
Because there's like a certain percentage of people who did that job died while doing it.
Yeah.
Which is higher than for any other job. I think it's like 10 people or something. Like almost 10 people. I know 4 presidents were assassinated, and there's a bunch of Like 10 people died in office, like over 20% or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a dangerous job. I don't know how many reigning WWE champions died.
During their reign, probably not that many.
Probably none. Actually, I don't know. No, probably none.
But there were probably a lot that were severely injured.
Yeah, but not killed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a difference there. The most expensive painting in the history of ever was sold in 2017.
I did not know that. What was it?
You know what? I can't tell you the exact name. I could look it up if you want to, but I know it was sold. It was not sold, but it was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. He's also
at least actual art. I was expecting you to say it was like a white canvas with a white rectangle painted on it.
Yeah.
And they call it modern art, and they sold it for millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah, they called it a protest against reverse racism because it's all white.
Exactly.
Something stupid like that. No, the most expensive painting ever was sold. And the thing that I find a little bit unfair about that is that Leonardo da Vinci ain't seeing none of that money.
He's also dead.
Yeah, exactly.
And he did not die in 2017, mind you.
Maybe he did. That list is coming up. Do you know what year he died?
No, but it's been a while.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So if you don't know, you can't say it wasn't this year.
Yes, I can.
What year was it?
I don't know.
But so you can say what year it was. You cannot say what year it was, but you can say what year it was not.
Exactly.
So then just say all the years that it was not.
I can't say every year it was not, but I can say that, dude, when you know that something happened before a certain time, you can, for example, exclude every time thereafter.
Okay, did it happen before 1700?
No clue.
See that? That's you being you, right?
I know.
Did it happen before 1800?
Probably.
I mean, I can look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the 1500s. Cause dude is old, okay? I'm looking it up right now. That's all I'm doing. I got my computer right here. The man Leonardo da Vinci died in 1519. All right.
Good to know.
All right.
That's your 2017 year recap.
Yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci died in
and damn near 500 years, 498 to be precise, years later, a painting of his is sold for a hell of money, and he not seeing a penny of it. Dude was poor as shit. Well, Middle Ages, everyone was.
But that's how it always works. If you sell something and then the person resells it, you're not seeing a cut.
Yeah, but do you think Da Vinci sold that for millions of dollars back then?
Probably not.
No, because there wasn't no dollars around. That was not the currency. But still, millions of like gold coins.
But still, like that's just how it works. If you produce something and sell it, the next person resells it for way more. You're still not seeing it.
Here's the thing that all people should do, right? Like creators and all that stuff. Like the artists back in the day should have been like, whenever something that's my property that I created at one point gets sold in the future, all that money should go to this and this and this. Just write it down. He was a smart dude.
But it wasn't his property anymore, I would assume.
But he painted it. It's like, okay, I painted this. And when I die, take it and sell it if it's valuable. And that money, give to this and this and this. My family, give it to like donation stuff. And now it's just in the pocket of some museum curator.
First of all, the people didn't have that much foresight because most of the people that are famous now were during their lifetimes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the ancient famous people, not like most people that are
most
famous
of them
now.
were.
Because most people that are famous right now are people that are alive right now. But
wouldn't most of the people be famous during their lifetime? Who's famous now but wasn't during their lifetime ever?
A lot of artists like Van Gogh.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
Artists kind of, sort of.
Artists, a lot of them, I think.
But not a lot of people.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like most people really weren't.
But that's one of the factors. And secondly, I don't think you could actually pull it off because if you were like, oh yeah, this money should go there, and then just someone gets their hands on the painting and sells it, they are not gonna care. That's
true. But that's also whatever. I'm not complaining about this. You know what? The artist will actually probably won't care that much.
Exactly that.
Dead anyway. That is the events that I wrote down. If I forgot any, let me know in the comments. Do you got any from the top of your head? big time stuff. The 49ers traded for Jimmy Garoppolo.
That was a good move.
In 2017. That was a good move. Colin Cowherd called it highway robbery.
Okay.
Because I don't like it because it sounds criminal, but it was pretty good harvest.
Okay.
Got something else? You got something? Because if not, then we're going to the next list.
Let's go to the next list.
The next list is people that died in 2017, and I got about 15 to 20 people on here.
Yikes.
I'm going to have to see if you know, first of all, who they are, that they died, and what you think about it.
Okay.
I'm going to read them off. Tom Petty, he was a musician.
I did know that.
All right. And you also knew the guy.
And it's, yeah, that was pretty bad, but
sucks.
To be fair, a lot of the musicians we listen to are dead or have, well, if they died recently, they're also dead. But yeah, have either died recently or a while ago. And most of them have not been producing music around the time when they died anyways.
That's true. The thing is, right, when you got like someone like a John Lennon, right?
Yes.
It's not as like awful to us that he's dead because we've never known him alive.
True.
But how is it gonna be for us the day that John Bon Jovi died? The day that John Fogerty died? The day that Paul McCartney died?
Yeah.
That's gonna suck. Right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I have never actually been to like a live concert of like an actual band, like cover bands, sure. But like actually like...
We might still go at one point.
Good stuff.
What was about the day that Mick Jagger died? Could be any day now, just kidding.
I mean, it could really be.
Dude's
I mean,
old,
as a matter of fact, it could be any day now for any of us.
It's true. Dude's old.
Yeah. Makes it more likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
So what about that?
I almost had a chance to go to a Rolling Stones concert.
Yeah.
And the tickets were sold out like literally the day they dropped.
Yeah, that's not worth the money to me. We should in 2018, that's the thing we should do for the next podcast, New Year's resolutions, go for some concerts.
Yeah.
That's next podcast though. Next person, probably don't know him, Y.A. Tittle.
Never heard of him.
He's an old guy who played quarterback in the NFL way back when.
Okay.
Somewhat famous. He was pretty good, but way back when, so it's hard to compare him to today's game. Died in 2017. Also, Tom Petty, that was what I was going to say. Probably the one guy on this list that if I had a chance to bring him back, There's other people who I
think the point you're trying to make is if you could only bring one back, you would bring him back.
That would be Tom Petty. There's other people there that I didn't want to die.
Exactly, because saying like...
Matter of fact, that's probably like...
The only person I would bring back that's... Don't worry.
I'm just looking at how many people are on here that I kind of wanted to die. It's not that many. Not that many.
Continue with the list.
Yeah. Monty Hall, a game show host.
He died?
He died.
He was alive before that?
Monty Hall was That's the thing that usually happens to me. Not, oh, this guy died. No, he was alive just until now? Right, that's what usually happens to me, yeah.
People always pick to switch the door.
All the time.
It's called the Monty Hall problem. Look it up.
Yeah, it's true. It's a 2 and 3 chance. Yeah, Monty Hall problem. That's what he's famous for. Most famous for, I believe. And game show hosting.
Yeah.
He died in 2017. Okay. Chester Bennington, a musician.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
Yes.
That was the second guy I would expect you to definitely know.
Okay.
He was the singer from Linkin Park.
Oh.
And he wasn't that old. He was like in his 30s or 40s or something.
I didn't know the name. I know Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Decent music.
Yeah, that guy, that was big news when he died.
I hadn't actually heard that.
Probably alongside Tom Petty, the biggest news of the year.
Okay.
So yeah, Chester Bennington. A lot of people know him. Surprised that you don't.
I heard that Ric Flair had a hospital, went to the hospital and looked pretty bad, but he didn't actually die.
It's true.
That's good news.
Yeah. Ed Lee, former mayor of San Francisco and a civil rights activist.
Okay.
Did know that he died?
Nope.
No idea. Neither did I for a while, but a few weeks later, I heard that he was, I think, the first Asian American mayor of San Fran too.
Okay.
Butch Trucks, founding member of the Allman Brothers, which is a country band.
Never heard of them.
Pretty old. They were, I believe they were founded in the 60s or like early 70s or something. I mean, it's alright. Country music is basically never bad.
Well, country music is okay, I guess.
It's better than metal.
On average, it might be true.
Yeah.
But if you take the best from each category, I would say metal wins.
Oh, no. Jimmy Snuka, wrestler.
I had actually heard of that. If you had asked me, I couldn't have told you if he died 2016 or 2017, right. But I knew that he died.
It was 2017 because they was bringing back Tamina.
Yeah, right.
I think last year was the year that China died. Wasn't that early 2016?
Sounds about right.
Or 50. I don't even remember that, to be honest. But you know that guy too. Charlie Murphy actually died. I didn't know that until I was it up. He's a comedian.
Oh, I was about to ask who. Yeah,
black guy comedian, pretty cool. He was. Well, I mean, I don't love him, but I like him, and I didn't know he died. So sucks. John Giles died.
Who?
You have heard of the J. Giles Band, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have had, I think you've had at least one song of the week.
Yeah.
With your centerfold?
Yes, exactly.
That guy.
Oh.
The dude who that was named after.
Okay.
I believe his second name is Warren. I'm not sure.
That's a fun fact,
That's why they just call him J. Jada. Yeah, all right. Charles Manson, serial killer.
I did not know that he was still alive before that.
The thing is, because he wasn't sentenced to death, because he never killed nobody.
Yeah.
He just had his people kill folks. Because he was a crazy type of cult leader. He was really manipulative. Highly intelligent man. Had a swastika on his forehead.
Those two don't usually go well together.
Once tried to commit homicide on a lawyer in court by stabbing him with a pencil. In the courtroom.
Okay.
There's a lot of fun stuff about him. There's a lot of fun.
If you call that fun.
Lot of fun videos about this guy. This man was insane, but entertaining. And is an interesting personality. He's an interesting personality in the same way that Hitler is an interesting personality.
Can't disagree with that.
Charles Manson died in prison. David Rockefeller, businessman.
Okay. I've heard of Rockefeller before, but didn't know he died.
If you hear the name Rockefeller, you're thinking 1900, like the year 1900 or something about that. Banker, businessman. That's seems like a different time, and the man was over 100 years old. Had no clue that man was still alive.
Me neither.
Well, he isn't.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Anymore. Malcolm Young.
Okay.
Yeah, heard of him?
I think I've heard the name.
Member of the AC/DC band.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Angus Young?
Yeah.
That guy? His brother. Malcolm Young.
Yeah, I heard the name before, but I couldn't have told you
from
where.
That was 2 or 3 months ago. That was somewhere to the end of the year. Roy Halladay. Pitcher of the Major League Baseball. Probably haven't heard of him.
Nope.
Died pretty young, I believe, in a car crash. He pitched for the Philadelphia Phillies for a while. Why is Jimmy Snuka on this list twice? Fats Domino. Musician, pianist.
Never heard of him.
Have you heard of the song Blueberry Hill?
I don't think so.
Okay, then not much to say about him. Fats Domino. Aaron Hernandez, NFL player.
I mean, I don't know.
Also
sports,
died pretty young. I'm pretty sure he committed suicide in prison. He was indicted for murder or something.
Yikes.
That life didn't take to a great path. He did, I believe, play for the Patriots only a few years back.
Okay.
As a tight end. He still played with Tom Brady. And Chavo Guerrero Sr., wrestler. I
have heard of him. I would have known that he was a wrestler. I did not know that he died.
He did die. He was also, I think it was like around 50 or something.
I mean, I couldn't have told you whether he was dead or alive to begin with, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Rich Piana, bodybuilder.
Never heard of him.
Mid-50s, he was a huge dude, one of them YouTube bodybuilders, right?
Okay.
And he was pretty popular. He had millions of subscribers, and he did actually I believe he was a pro at one point.
Okay.
But there's actually also Dallas McCarver. If you're more about bodybuilders, Dallas McCarver also died. He was even younger. I believe he was in his 20s. Up and coming bodybuilder. Rich Piana died from, I believe, a heart attack. He just took all kinds of drugs. The man was in his 50s, on massive amount of steroids and weighed over 300 pounds.
Okay.
Because, you know, he took it to the extreme a little bit. And last but not least, Bobby the Brain Heenan, WWE manager.
I have heard of that. That was earlier in the year, though, right?
That's another pretty big one. That was pretty early in the year, yeah.
Yeah, because I'd heard that.
That is another somewhat big one. He was he is called by a lot of people the best manager in
yes,
WWE history.
I've heard that, yeah.
Along with, you know, Paul Heyman, Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
So that's one. If you missed any, let us know in the comments.
Actually,
some folks that are important, yeah.
I've got one to add.
Who?
John Hurt.
John Hurt.
He's an actor.
Why did I not write him down? I'm pretty sure I wrote him down. I didn't write him down.
You didn't mention him, at least. He was, among other things, I believe, in Harry Potter. And what I know him from is that he played the War Doctor in Doctor Who.
The War Doctor.
Yes, they basically usually number them, but they retroactively inserted him between two versions.
Didn't write him down.
And I guess they didn't want to call him 8.5, so they just called him the War Doctor because he was the Doctor during the war.
Why could he not just been number 9?
Because there was already a number 9.
That make number 9 number 10.
Yeah, but that would just be confusing at some point.
No, it's just whole numbers.
Yeah, but
not hard at all.
It would be confusing if you reference a certain number and that person used to be someone else on that number and now it's...
Wait, so they made 9 before 8.5?
They made 9 and I believe also 10 and maybe even 11 before...
Some with that sorcery. Then just put them 12. Just put them next one.
But...
Stop going back to the
in-universe
future,
timeline,
man.
he was in between. But in the out-of-universe timeline, he was after. It's
garbage.
Yeah. Also...
Well, in that case, just go 7, 9, 10. And leave a space open if you're going to do something with that later. Come on.
Anyways. Fun fact about that.
He died.
You know how we do barbecues all the time?
We do barbecues all the time, yeah. Somewhat all the time.
And how we oftentimes play Who Am I?
Yeah, we play Who Am I a lot.
And...
So the marks on there who know Doctor Who.
And in one round, a friend of ours...
Fellow acquaintance.
Gave me John Hurt.
Are you talking about the guy who's pretty fat or the guy who's pretty dumb?
Well, he's definitely pretty fat.
That guy?
Yeah, anyways,
Alright.
So he gave me John Hurt. And I asked, as one of the questions, whether I was dead or not.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So he looked it up, and I didn't know John Hurt had died at that point.
Ah.
And it was like, he looked up and he was like,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yes.
Alright.
So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that probably went completely over my head. I was present in the room for the entire time being.
So...
No clue.
That's actually how I found that out, by the way.
We're probably struggling with who to give LeBron James to next or something like that. Because that's what I do a lot when we play Who Am I. I just find it funny. We got a halftime show?
We do have a halftime show.
And JJ prepped it, which means it's mediocre.
Yes, it is.
Probably.
I'm not even good at that.
As is all of our content so far. That's going to change next year. Promises.
We're going to talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
Our content, that is.
Also, the next podcast, next week.
So, as I already said, I wrote out some songs. And I'm going to have you guess the year. I'm going to say the song. And if you want to take a guess, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to give you 4 years and you're going to say...
So, I'm going to need to estimate what year that song was published.
Yes.
Got it.
First one.
Yeah.
Yellow Submarine by the Beatles.
Oh, okay. That was... I'd be saying somewhere like late 60s, early 70s. Am I in the ballpark? So,
the options are 1963, 1966, 1971, and 1968. You might have noticed that they're not in order.
They are not in order. You know what? Give me 66.
It was in fact 66.
Got him. Alright, it's pretty good.
The next song is Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Alright, that is a good song. That is a potential top 20 song. That's the best Michael Jackson song out there. Probably the best pop song out there. Beat It by Michael Jackson. I believe it's one of the older ones. It's going to be mid to late 80s, I want to say. Are you going to give me options?
I'm going to give you options. I have written down as options 1976, 1987, 1982, and 1990.
Give me 87.
It was in fact 82.
82, okay, a bit earlier. But yeah, mid-80s, yeah.
I don't even know why I'm saying 19 every time because all of the options except for the next one are.
Next is Beethoven. And it's like, I got you, 1735. And come on.
The next one is What Do You Got by Bon Jovi.
Johnny boy.
And the options are, or do you want to guess first? Actually.
Alright. There's the thing, right? The Bon Jovi could either be late 80s or it could be early 2000s. Because early 2000s was that one big time one where there was all the good songs. Let me say, I'm gonna just say the year 2000.
Also, just a quick side note. If any of those are wrong, I got them from Wikipedia. Blame them, not me.
Exactly.
The options that I'm gonna give you are 2010, 2012,
right,
2006, and 2008.
So it's actually pretty new.
Yes.
Give me 8.
10.
10. Wow, is that new? Yeah, he just did the Ty Dillinger sign toward the microphone. Come on. We don't. For Christ's sake, 10. Alright, 2010. That maybe explains why it's one of the weaker ones.
Next song, Ruby Tuesday by the Rolling Stones.
1475. Judged by the age of Mick Jagger. No, alright. Ruby Tuesday by the Stones. Late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s. Give me 84, but give me the options first.
1962.
Yikes.
1967.
Really?
1970.
Really?
And 1972.
Really? 72.
67.
67? How old is this man? Wow. I know he old, but he that old? Gosh.
Next song, It Never Rains in Southern California by Albert Hammond.
Albert Hammond. Not the best version, by the way. Seems like... Okay, this seems like a classic early 80s thing to me. But give me the options, though.
1965.
What?
1975.
Really?
1972. And 1964.
Really? That early, though? I can't see this being from the 60s at all. But then again, I totally can. But give me, was 70 on that list?
In the 70s there was 72 and 75 on the list.
72.
It was in fact 72.
Good. Alright. That's still earlier than I would have expected if I had to just guess. I would have been like 78 or like 80 or something.
Next song, and there's actually a bonus question there.
Okay.
Something Stupid. By whom is it?
By Frank and Nancy Sinatra.
Not originally though.
Alright.
It's by C. Carson Parks and Gail Foote.
Yikes.
They were husband and wife, by the way.
Frank and Nancy
Which
Sinatra.
makes way more sense for the lyrics than father and daughter.
Yeah.
And can you give me the year?
Oh man, that's been
You can give me either year if you want to.
That's been a while, bro. Give me 58 or something.
The options are 1970, 1966, 1964, and 1967.
Was it really that early? That would have been one of them damn near World War II type of songs. 67 was on there?
Yes, it was.
Let's say 67.
The Frank and Nancy Sinatra version came out in 67, but the original came out in 66.
Wow. That's earlier than I would expect. That's the wait. So you're saying that is as old as Yellow Submarine?
It is exactly as old as Yellow... I mean, it's from the same year as Yellow Submarine. The cover, that is the most well-known version.
Wow.
Maybe there was also a way newer version. Is as old as Ruby Tuesday.
That seems ages ago. Yellow Submarines doesn't seem that old. Wow.
The next song is Super Trooper by ABBA.
That's like it's like an 80s, 90s type of thing. But I'm just gonna stick early 80s somewhere, but let me hear it.
82, 80, 84, 85.
So it was definitely
they're all early 80s.
Give me 80, 82.
It's actually 80.
It's actually 80. Okay, yeah, that's I got the about the time. That's all right. That's cool.
Hell's Bells by AC/DC.
Hell's Bells.
I feel like AC/DC is so hard because they release music over a very long period of time.
Yeah. That feels like one of them original songs, though. Like one of them, I don't know, was it from High Voltage? But it's like one of them pretty early iconic things. Could still be late 90s, though. I'm gonna stick with early 80s. Give me the options.
1980, 1982, 1986, and 1990.
So I was still around there, but let's say 86.
It was actually 1980.
1980, okay, pretty early. But yeah, I put it in the right place. Was that the first, like, when they started out, was it like the first album?
I do not know.
Around that time?
I've only looked up the years and I'm not that knowledgeable about music history.
Not AC/DC at least.
The next and second to last song is Who Are You by The Who.
I'm Alex, first of all. Nice to meet you. That song could be... Okay, the thing is, that song could be late 70s, but it could also be early 90s. This is why I'm saying... I'm just putting it... I'm putting it back, so I'm saying 77, around that, but give me the options.
The options are 65, 82, 78, and 68. Those are probably also the widest options.
It's a long gap. Give me 78.
It was in fact 78.
Yeah. That was probably the easiest one from the things.
And the last one, Walk Like an Egyptian.
Christ.
By the Bangles.
Christ. By the Bangles. The Cincinnati Bengals.
No.
Lead singer Andy Dalton. I'd probably be in the 80s category again. Give me the numbers.
84, 92, 86, and 90.
Let's say 86.
It is in fact 86.
Got him. So I got 3, or did I get 4?
You got Yellow Submarine.
I nailed some of them.
What else you got? I think you got It Never Ends in Southern California, didn't you?
Yeah, possibly. I might have put that.
I think you got the cover for Something Stupid.
Yeah, the Nancy and Frank.
You got Who Are You? You got Walk Like an Egyptian.
Yeah, I nailed some of them. I'm pretty good at this, to be honest. Guess in out of 4.
Yeah, I mean,
for like a 40%, correction rate. It's pretty good.
I mean, those are pretty tough.
Yeah, they are. You want to get into the fact of the week, though?
I mean, it's not like we've got anything else.
You got the quiz done?
Yeah.
Got the fact of the week. Is it the fact of the year? My question. Is it the fact of the year? Is it also going to be the song of the year? No, it's not. Because we're not prepped to make that type of big time decision.
No, but it is a fact of the weekend.
It is a fact of the week, and what is that fact?
Do you know the musician John Denver?
I have heard of the person by the name of John Denver.
That's not actually his real name.
I know, and I know his real name.
Okay.
You want me to say it?
Sure.
It's John Deutschendorf.
It's actually Henry John Deutschendorf.
Is it Henry John Deutschendorf? I didn't even know that part. I didn't know the Henry part, but I didn't know the Deutschendorf part.
Which means both his last name of his stage name as well as his real last name reference a geographic location.
Deutschendorf meaning German something?
Yeah.
And
town.
Denver is...
Denver.
Denver,
Colorado.
That's Denver, Colorado. Do you think he did it on purpose?
I don't know. I just thought it was, first of all, a funny name, and second of all, a funny...
Yeah, I know.
Correlation,
I didn't know the Henry part, but I know the Deutschendorf part because I heard that at one point.
Again, source Wikipedia.
Johnny Boy Denver. All right, good musician, by the way. He also died. Not this year.
Yeah.
Died a while back.
Good musicians die. That's just what happens.
Way too young, and it happens. Okay, my fact of the week: a polar bear could consume up to 80 penguins in one session. With the amount of food that you can consume, if polar bears and penguins ever ran into each other in the wild,
which they don't,
because
they live literally on opposite sides of the earth.
Exactly, but if they did, which they don't,
then they would,
which but they can't. Exactly, you know the drill, right? The reason any polar bear would consume 80 penguins if he could, which he can, will be because he could.
But he can't.
Which he can't. So, he could, though. That's my fact of the week. Maybe it's a hypothesis or a theory of the week because it's never happened. But he could. Maybe they should ship a few dozen penguins up to the North Pole. And just see. Like, have a polar bear and just present him with a bunch of penguins.
That seems cruel.
See how many of them he consumes.
That just seems cruel.
In the name of science?
It still seems cruel.
Come on now. In the name of science. Name of science. I mean, we've sacked people before in the name of science.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't do it. I'm just saying it seems cruel.
We've done worse before in the name of science.
Yes, we have.
Definitely.
Not personally, but yes, we have.
Pretty damn close. No, we've sacked like hundreds and thousands of millions of human beings before.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Some of those nukes tests were pretty...
Yeah. That's the fact of the week?
Yeah.
That one time that... was it America? I believe it was America had to evacuate an entire island or like island group to test the biggest nuclear bomb they ever created. Kicked all the people off and then no one could live there no more.
Yikes.
There was the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought you were going to say it was Japan.
Ah, come on now. No, stop it. They didn't evacuate that before.
No, they didn't.
They just dropped the base. Alright, we got the second topic.
We do have a second topic.
Which is a channel year recap. It's another year recap.
This is a bit more off the cuff than the first one, so...
Yeah, we're completely shooting from the hip. Didn't take a single note on this. What comes to mind first when you think about this year on the channel?
So, I know that earlier in this year, we said that... I don't think we said it on the air, but we said that we wanted to shoot for the 10,000 channel views that you need for monetization.
Exactly.
Till the end of the year.
10K views was a goal for the year. Now we tripled.
I was about to say, which we around tripled.
Which is good. Some of them happened through breakout videos. Most of them, in fact.
Most of them happened by pure chance.
Yeah, which is still alright because that's part of the game.
Yeah.
Alright, so goals is checked. Did we have a subscriber goal when we started? Do you remember that?
We did have a lot of subscriber milestones.
Yeah, we still have them.
I don't think we ever set specific times for them. In my head, I definitely said 50 at some point for the year, which we also surpassed.
We actually above 70 now.
Yeah.
Alright, which is good. So, goals kind of checked. Next podcast, we need to set the goals for next year.
Yeah.
Which is 2018. I got some fun stuff for that already. So, it's basically, I believe like New Year's resolutions, like half of those is going to be channel stuff.
Which also means that next year's recap for year recap for the channel will actually have more tangible goals to check.
Because we can listen to this one.
Well, the next one. Maybe.
And it's not even that hard to find because that podcast is going to be... We're going to subtract 52 from that and land with that podcast we're doing right now.
Well, actually, 51 because it's the next podcast.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
Because it's the end of the year. Yeah, that's 1 week.
Math is fun.
Math.
So fun.
It's really good. Spells are fun. So fun.
Exactly.
Channel recap. What's your favorite video all year?
Oh, that's a good question.
Tough one. Probably can't call it.
I mean, favorite video to record would have to be one of the Life is Strange ones. That's a foregone conclusion for a question that I was going to ask later, that being our favorite series. But it would, I mean...
It's still going on, by the way. We're playing the regular game at the moment every Monday.
I mean, I can't really call it a specific episode, though.
It's tough. I really like the first episode of Before the Storm.
The thing about that is that...
Also the second one.
It was definitely a lot of fun, but I didn't really know what to expect going into it. So I feel like the after that was even better because you were hyping it up in advance, and then it actually happened. And
I'm gonna say for that series just because so far, but first episode Before the Storm was absolutely fantastic. Another video that I personally very much like, or like a group of videos that I like, is the Hearthstone pack openings.
Yeah,
because you can guess stuff from it. Is good. NFL predictions is a fun series.
I actually think that from a pure like, hey look, I made this point of view, the funnest ones probably still are the gaming tips.
The gaming tips, because that's 100% original.
Yeah, also
that's all us.
Because of like the way I did the graphics and stuff. It's like, you know, I made those graphics. Completely. They look okay.
Yeah.
You know,
everything by ourselves. So it's no game to center your stuff around.
It's like everyone can talk over a game.
Yeah.
But make those videos look alright.
Yeah.
That's something.
So we kind of do plan on doing stuff like that, where we in the future more we do more creative stuff. I've written stories, which I don't know if that's up yet, probably not. Done some little fun comedy videos and type of stuff to be more creative, do more of our own content. That's one of those things that I want to do next year. That's also a topic for next week's podcast. Also next year's podcast.
Yeah, also next year's. Exactly.
Both. So yeah, that's a good one. Favorite series? Life is Strange.
Yeah, I mean probably.
We're counting all the games.
Again, from the recording it, Life is Strange, from the end result, and from like seeing the work you put into it. Maybe the gaming tips. Yeah, because they seem to always be received pretty well. Because the gaming videos, like the gameplay videos, those are just, you know, recording, then you edit them, you sometimes cut them. I don't think you cut Life is Strange, but...
if there's something to be cut, but... I mean, I watch them all back. I watch, like, all the Telltale games, the 3-hour things, I watch them back. And fun fact, first episode of Life is Strange, watch it back in the edits. It was uploaded. Watch it again. Watch the whole video again, just for the sake of watching it.
Yeah.
Because I liked it.
I have to at some point replay that game, make some different choices. Maybe
we're gonna just replay it after we played the full game and we played Life is Strange 2. And when we run out of Telltale stuff, we might replay it.
Oh, we can replay it on the channel, sure.
Maybe we got some more people watching, and we can also replay it on the Twitch. Because we can stream it.
We should. Let's talk more about that kind of stuff on the next podcast. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of fun stuff we did. At least fun for us. I mean, some of those were pretty well received.
Are we giving up some? Are we doing some end of year honors, because that's what everyone does? Stereotypical TV stuff and all that.
I mean, we can if you want to.
Got a best subscriber? Or we don't want to do that?
First of all, it feels really tough picking favorites. And second of all, it would, at the end of the day, would really result in those that posted the best comments.
Yeah.
And even then, picking is kind of hard, although there wasn't that many. And second of all, I feel like a subscriber that dropped one really funny comment might stand out more than one that watched every single video but never commented.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you can't really say that person is better.
Let me just drop some names, though, right?
Okay.
You remember John? That guy who made some really great comments on the Cookie Clicker videos? I'm pointing out John. I'm pointing out Sebastian, who also supported Hearthstone.
Yes.
I'm pointing out K9 because he was there from the start.
Yes, he was.
And he supported a lot, like different series. Cookie Clicker, Wrestling. He even supported the podcast sometimes. Trump. Not Donald Trump. The guy with the crazy name. He posted a lot of comments. Who else do we got?
The first person that jumped to mind when you said Trump actually wasn't Donald Trump.
It was the Hearthstone YouTuber.
It was the Hearthstone YouTuber of the same name. That I don't think has... No, he has never commented on one of our videos. Right.
Darkseeker?
I was about to say Darkseeker.
Darkseeker, oh man.
He wrote a lot of comments lately on Hearthstone videos.
He's pretty cool.
He also does Hearthstone videos, so, you know, check him out.
Check him out. If there's anyone, right, who posted a comment or liked or subbed or something this year, shout out to you. I don't remember all your names. But you know what? You're gonna be shout out in the next year if you start doing that more, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll shout out people just for doing cool stuff for us. Like sending us money. Just kidding.
Also, about that.
Right.
We did a lot of Easter eggs in our videos. All kinds of random stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If you point one of those out,
shout out.
We're gonna shout you out in the video.
Exactly. If you point out an Easter egg that that is actually Easter egg that we put in there, in anything, there's a lot of them. In the art stuff and everything. I'm not gonna tell you too much.
Don't go into more detail. We're gonna show your comment, and you can suggest a video, and if it's reasonable, we'll do it.
Yeah. Totally.
Just putting that out there.
Good point. Because that's gonna keep on going next year too. So that's viable for every video. That's not any year stuff.
Not just this year. It's just any Easter eggs we've hidden,
whenever we got
as long
one,
as it's actually a hidden Easter egg,
yeah,
you can point it out.
not just a mistake that we made.
Not just a mistake we made, or
There's
just like
really,
an obvious joke.
There is really bad audio in this video that you made way back when. You know, no.
That's actually another thing probably to mention.
If we made a really good offhand reference, that also counts.
Yeah, or like visual gags, anything.
Yeah.
That's also a good point talking about the audio. Yeah. I feel like we've gotten a lot better at actually the way we present the videos.
Oh yeah.
The editing.
We've gone a long way.
I mean, even the thumbnails have gotten better.
Maybe by the
Still not perfect, but they've gotten better.
Maybe by the end of next year, we could look back and do one of those things where it's like we looking at our really old videos. Because a thing that I kind of want to do is have a new channel intro for next year.
I was gonna point that out in the next podcast.
We're gonna talk about it in the next one. It's one of them goals. But yeah, we got a lot better, definitely. And some of the old videos are some of the most popular ones still, like the Cookie Clicker, the first one.
Yeah,
that was the first big hit, and also
the audio is not as great as the newer ones.
No, we got a lot better at basically everything, at mixing stuff up, being more efficient. I started putting effects here and there, little fun jokes and all that, visual gags.
Yeah,
got better at the end cards, the thumbnails, the audio editing. Got better at that. The video editing, the cutting, learning new tools for everything.
Yeah, I definitely got better at making the thumbnails. I think I also got better at, in general, like talking to the microphone, like talking to the audience, that kind of stuff.
Animating stuff, and you learn. We got significantly worse at our social lives because we sit in here all day.
Well, talk about yourself. My social life has never been that big.
Neither has mine, but it's gotten worse. I feel like.
I don't think.
Did you gain or lose acquaintances / friends in 2017?
Acquaintances definitely gained, but that's mostly because of college projects where it was basically mandatory to get to meet new people.
Yeah.
And get acquainted with them.
For me, it's kind of 50-50 thing because I did enroll in college, so you gotta meet new people. Also lost a few. Not too mad about it.
Yeah, about to say, like, there are a few that I've kind of lost contact with.
Yeah, not too mad
mostly, but none of them really that big. And I met a lot of people through college.
Still not a lot.
Not a lot, because a lot of those were in 2016 when I first got there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Alright, so the channel is only affecting us in a positive way. Because we learned, that's the most important thing.
It takes up time, but besides that, sure.
It's fun, it's a hobby, it's the worst paying job I've ever had, but it's fun. So I'm doing it.
I mean, to be fair, I'd rather do it this way than make videos that I don't enjoy making, for more money.
But make a lot of them.
I mean, of course, if it was like, oh yeah, you can once a week record a video that you don't like and you can live off of that, sure, I'd do it.
Yeah.
But in general...
But still, it's better to do it that way at the moment, because we having fun.
I'd rather do this as a fun hobby than as a serious job.
And we only started, so we getting better. We got a lot of years, so if we want to continue doing it, which I feel like we could.
I was kind of surprised by how quick this grew.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at some other YouTubers, and I'm not gonna call names or anything, but like I've been looking at a lot of other smaller YouTube channels, mostly for comparison to see how they do things, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And there were some channels there that have been actively posting for 2 years that have the same amount of subscribers and views that we do.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
That's of course it's a lot of luck.
One of
I'm
the
not saying
things
we're better than them. I'm just saying that some comparisons.
One of the things that I'm pretty strong at and that I feel plays into this is, even though I make a decision on the fly with not much prep, I stick to it. Remember how? Okay, here's a fun story. It's I guess it's okay if I share this, right?
Probably. I can tell you after.
And then if I can edit it out, yeah.
Sure you can.
The day I came up with the idea, the day I first presented the idea to JJ and other people, by the way, to create a YouTube channel, half as a joke and half as for real. 5 hours later, JJ and myself sitting around creating the channel art, doing a night shift, working 5 hours, the entire night creating the logo and creating the first banner and exactly.
The intro happened, I think, a week or so later.
Yeah,
but yeah.
That was a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
We bought the microphone, started recording, got in here like several times a week, and we're still doing it several times a week. I'm basically working on this channel every day. And I'm sticking to it. It was an impulsive decision to do it.
Yeah.
I literally had that idea earlier that day. And we had a barbecue that night.
I mean, we've played around with the idea before a few years ago.
But not for real.
But that was also not nearly as good of a concept.
Not for real. Because we didn't have the necessary skills about like the whole technical stuff.
Back then the idea was like, oh yeah, let's grab a phone camera and show off some of your magic tricks that you know, which back in the day were pretty basic for overall magic, but for us it was impressive because we had never seen anything like that close up. But no video ever made it. I think we actually tried recording one at some point, and we're like, no.
This quality is horrible.
I think it was one that involved ping pong balls.
Ping pong balls?
And cups or something, I don't know.
Oh, the cups and balls type of thing?
Yeah, that was
like
something.
Penn and Teller do?
There was something that we tried to record on someone, I think with a phone or something. No.
Possible. It was pretty bad, probably. So yeah, make this decision on the fly. I was like, oh yeah, let's start a YouTube channel. I actually talked to another guy before I talked to you.
Yeah, he came up with a name.
He came up with the name. Shout out to Jesus.
Jesus, he knows us.
Shout out to Jesus coming up with the name. Doesn't even like us or the channel. Like it's crazy. Came up with the name though. If we make money, if we become millionaires of this, are we obligated to give him like a 5% cut or something?
We're not gonna do that, but we can maybe
shut him out. Show a picture.
No, I was saying like drive by his house, drop him a $5 or something.
Yeah, read the Bible and all that on the channel live on the air. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's Jesus.
Just like, you know, send him a candy bar in the mail or something.
But literally, I told you, yeah, we can do that. I was like, hey, JJ, you up for a YouTube channel? And it's like, yeah. 3 hours later, we're sitting there.
Yeah, so
putting in the work.
I mean, that's the same thing, right? You were throwing the idea around with him.
Yeah.
And once you realized that you were starting to actually plan something, you were like, no, I don't actually want to do this.
Exactly.
And then we started playing around with some ideas, and I was like, whatever, throw out some ideas.
Because that's the type of dude he is. He's like, yeah, why not?
And then
it's crazy enough to
like,
try
let's create a channel. I was like, sure.
Right. Next week we sat down and started recording.
Yeah.
Rocking and rolling. And we've been doing it ever since too. It's like, it's not like we lost interest or let off. It's got more and more.
Well, yeah, there have been some breaks here and there, but nothing major. And
because we started off with like 1 or 2 videos a week.
I think it was 3 or 4.
Or
actually.
3.
But we're now at 7.
Grew into 4 because we added series, we added the NFL, we started doing stuff. We're now at 7 uploads a week, basically.
Actually, I think we're now starting to get back to 6 because NFL
is running out, but we'll come up with other stuff again.
Yeah, of course.
You want to start doing TV roundups?
Yes. In the new year, once the TVs get off from their winter breaks.
Yeah.
TV reviews.
Also one for the next podcast too.
What?
A topic for the next podcast.
Yeah.
Talking about plans for the future.
But of course, TV reviews have kind of started up already.
With the Rick and Morty and the wrestlings, but...
I was gonna say the Doctor Who thing, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, but sure. But you're gonna do that regularly now.
Yeah, but of course, once the TV show started up, I'm gonna try doing that on a weekly basis.
Alright.
So,
that's a good idea.
I mean, we almost had a week where we had 9 videos. So
yeah. Because everything's coming together. And it's a lot of work.
It ended up being 8 because of some scheduling issues, but yeah.
It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
And that's the important thing.
And we are still, like, if we're looking from a business standpoint, we are still horrible at organizing everything. Because we've had so many uploads that was like an hour late or half hour late.
We've had some that were 5 hours late.
Yeah, if you really paid attention.
I think we had one that was 18 hours late.
We are trying to upload every day. We're uploading is supposed to be 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes.
Every upload is supposed to be 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That actually works in like 40 to 50% of the cases.
I wouldn't go that far, but
doesn't work that much. It's always a bit late, but that just happens. And that's stuff we need and will get better at as our audience grows, as people rely on that.
And the podcasts are usually on time.
The podcasts usually are on time. But it's just stuff like The Life is Strange, for example, stuff that we needed to play immediately.
A lot of the Hearthstone was on time.
Review usually wasn't on time.
I mean, we can't really schedule the reviews that well.
It's hard.
Because it's like, we record them, then we throw them up as fast as possible.
Yeah.
And if we can only record like hours after we would want to put it up, we can't really put it up then.
Yeah, but that's what we try to do, and that's stuff we're getting better at. The whole organizational, having scheduling our stuff, knowing what to do. We are okay at that because we're not managing too much, but we're managing it.
I mean, we're working off of a checklist right now.
Yeah, of course we do. We usually do that, don't we?
Yeah, but usually we have a schedule where it's like, this video goes on that day, but I actually made like a checklist of what we need to record today.
Exactly. Yeah, that type of stuff. So,
because, yeah.
So, that's the thing we're going to get better at, too. But that's also something for the next podcast. I think we rambled enough, do you think so?
Yeah, but, I mean, one takeaway here is, hey,
we got a bright future.
It's fun, and it worked out better than expected. I think that's the two big things.
And it maybe, I don't know how much that surprises you, that it actually kept going that way. Because did you think that this for real when we started it? Like by the end of the year, we're still doing this more than we do now.
I thought that you might lose interest once you start seeing the numbers not grow as fast as you expected.
You thought I would lose interest.
Because you oftentimes overestimate how well those things go.
You think so?
And you have like a plan and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna go that way, and then oftentimes it doesn't go quite as good as you think.
Yeah, you need to always aim high, but you don't stop.
So I was half expecting you to be like, this isn't working, but then again,
really?
A, it did better than I expected.
Yeah.
And B, we just kind of stuck with it.
Yeah. I was thinking if one of us drops out, it would be you.
No, the only reason why I would drop out is either if it actually got too busy.
Yeah. But then we could just reduce, but it...
Yeah, but if it started being a hassle, or if I just didn't have the time to do it, which I guess is to a degree the same thing.
Same thing, we could just reduce.
Yeah, but it's like, even if I had all week, if we were doing 8-hour recording days every day, I still wouldn't want to do it at some point.
And editing and all
even
that.
Even if I had
editing is
time.
actually more, yeah.
But right now, the last few weeks have been a bit tough with scheduling, but it worked. Yeah. But, yeah.
Before the holidays and all that was a bit hard.
Yeah, also, I had a lot of college stuff the weeks before the holidays.
Yeah, that always happens.
But, as long as it works from scheduling, I don't see a reason to really stop.
For me, when I start something like that, I'm not stopping without a damn good reason.
Exactly, that's what I said, scheduling. Yeah. I still prioritize college over this, of course.
You got it.
It's my education, that's what my career is going to be built on.
Yeah.
Assuming that within the next,
5 years?
2.5 years, this channel doesn't take off.
Yeah.
Because is it? No.
We can always...
It's 3.5 years, I believe, but...
Yeah, we can always keep this going at the side.
Yeah, but when I'm done with college, I'm not sure if we can keep this going, but that's still going to be a few years.
Probably can. Yeah.
Because I'm still working on my bachelor's degree, I got my master after that. Yeah. There's some time there. And after that, we'll have to see. Because, if we start working in, different places, physically, that might make it harder to record.
We'll see.
Second of all, how much time that might take up. But for now...
We could do some planning. We still got a lot of that.
But for now, we got a lot of time, and as long as we do, there's no reason not to keep doing
Exactly. So, basically, the channel recap is, we good.
Yeah, we better than expected.
Song of the week?
Let's talk about some music.
What is your song of the week?
You know what?
What?
Let's say it once more. We haven't done it in a while.
Oh yeah, but we need to end the thing with the on a high note and a bad musical pun.
Yeah.
And the whole year on a high note and a bad musical pun. Are we actually uploading something tomorrow? 31st? Probably a hard song gameplay or something, right?
What weekdays? This is a Sunday. Yeah. That would be hard song.
Tomorrow's a Sunday. Alright. Yeah, so this is actually not the last video for the day.
It is last
for the year. Yeah. My bad. Maybe we'll leave that one Sunday. We'll see. Maybe not. What's your song of the week?
My song of the week is Ruby by the Kaiser Chiefs.
Why is that? We heard that before today. Why is that? Is that why?
That is actually what brought it back to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just overall a great song, I feel.
It's a good song. Is it a great song?
And it's really catchy. Whenever it comes up, I feel like I have to sing along. That kind of stuff. You don't want to hear that, but
No, you don't. And I do. Because he's in the building when he does.
Oh, like, it's like when I'm in my car, that comes on the radio. I load my car, turn the radio up to like 20.
Roll the windows down?
No, usually not.
Put that 20-inch bicep out the window? You know? That type of thing? Rock and rolling?
Yeah.
Banging your head? Alright. I guess a windshield.
Not banging the head. I mean, I've got long hair, man.
I guess
if I start headbanging the car, I won't be able to see traffic.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
We need to start to do more challenges next year where stuff like you put your hair on the line.
Hair versus hat challenge.
We could do beard versus beard.
Well, I mean,
basically puts nothing on the line.
Mine, the little bit of facial hair that I have, it grows in 2 weeks and then stays the same for 2 years. I've tried. Trust me.
It's not worth it. You could do hair versus beard or something. But okay, it's my turn, right? Song of the week. My song of the week is "So Long" by ABBA because it's kind of a song for this year.
It's only been half a year, man.
It's like but so long for this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll see you again on the other side. I was thinking actually we could end the video with not with "That's It" but with "So Long" because that's the song of the week, and essentially that's the last song we're gonna highlight for this year.
But the thing is, we've established a pattern.
Yeah.
It's the end of the year.
It's the end of the year.
We're kind of honoring everything that happened earlier this year.
Everything.
Do you really want to break this pattern now?
Not really.
That's
I see you. Do it again. Do it again.
That's it?
So long. That's it.